Hey guys, welcome in. I'm so happy to have you here. This is the Profitable Portfolio, and I am so excited to take you through it. How photographers can build a portfolio page in minutes using AI. So let's get started. My name is Katie Soika. I'm a brand photographer in Milwaukee. So, how does this work? You right now have access to the prompt guide, which is what I've created for you. So you can download that. You can build it in one sitting. It is easy peasy. However, I made this video to walk you through maybe you're new to AI, maybe you're not really that comfortable with how it works. And maybe you could use a little help on the marketing end. And so this video is totally optional, but it is to just kind of give you a visual. And in the video, we're going to go through, hold on, I got to move I have to move this thing so I can read my screen. What it is, what the portfolio is, why it's important for your business. I'm going to show you some of it and then how to use it, how I use it. So, first, why Claude? Um, Thinking about AI, like many of you, I have been using ChatGPT for a couple years now. It's really helped with my content creation. It has just sped up a lot of things. I'm able to repurpose content. Um, the brand guides, all of that is great. But I kept hearing about Claude and truly the new design capabilities our they're just like it's it's amazing. It truly is amazing. And I am a photographer that has always been interested in the marketing and design side. And so I really wanted to dive in and figure out how I could make it work for my business and for your business. And so what the output is, it's a beautifully designed two-page portfolio that combines your photos and your voice. Why you need one. No matter no matter where you are in your business, a lot of photographers struggle with, it's not the editing, it's not the shooting, it is not even your pricing. It's how do we market and brand and sell ourselves. We're really great at the creative side. We're not always so great at the business side. And so everything in my business shifted when I learned how to talk about my business. Photos are one piece. Hopefully you have that down. That's not what I'm teaching. I'm teaching the brand. What is your story? What is unique about you? And then the client side, the marketing. How do we deliver that message of why they need to work with you? What's in it for them? Okay, what sets you apart from all other photographers out there? And so it's photos plus your brand, your story, plus the client, how you help. And this pulls all of those together. So you will see that you have access to two different guides. They both give you a two-page portfolio. I made it for brand shoots because I'm a brand photographer. And then I thought, this actually could be tweaked in a few ways to work for portrait sessions also. So you'll want to open up the one that applies to you. A lot of photographers I know are kind of trying to figure out how to add branding to their offers. And so that was my first thought process. But honestly, this works for families, newborns, seniors, and I would love to see what you create on that side as well. So before you start, two things that would be really helpful for you to have ready. 8 photos from a single session. Why a single session? Think about your website. That kind of shows all the things that you do. This profitable portfolio is meant to target a specific dream client. It is who you want to invite more of. It's in order to get your business to the next level. What kind of work do you want to do? And so to make it the biggest bang for its buck, you want it to be totally cohesive, all from the same session. You want to show how in one newborn session, you capture the fingers, the toes, the eyes, the smile, this outfit, that outfit. You want to show in a brand session how you capture the exterior, the interior, details, products, the team. So you want it to be cohesive in lighting and feel and color, and you also want it to be comprehensive in how you shoot so that they can say, "Oh wow, she made this for X client. I need her to make this for me." And so that's why I say 8 photos from a single session. And the other big piece of this is 4 differentiators. And what do I mean by this? These are 4 things that set you apart. Um, this is usually coming up with the photos is going to take you a while because you're going to want to put in a lot of photos, and I want you to get it down to 8. You have to get it down to 8. You don't have an option. And then the 4 differentiators is also kind of the tough part because some of us are too close. We're like, I don't know why I'm unique. I feel like maybe I do this thing. So here's how I want you to think about that. Just some hot tips from Katie. When you're thinking about what sets you unique in your shooting, you need 4 for this portfolio. And so you can think about 1 before the shoot, what do you do? During the shoot, what do you do? After the shoot, what do you do? And then 1 can be related to your story or your experience. So for my 4 differentiators, as an example, I say, every session is rooted in a strategy call. That's before the session. During the session, option to add B-roll video. After the session, ongoing marketing support as you use your photos. And then the unique about me, it's like I have, I don't even know which one I think I did something different for mine, but something that I would say is I, have a marketing major. So I have that branding background, or I could lean into my X amount of years of experience. So that's how you can come up with yours. You can also look at client testimonials. What did people really like about working with you? You make them feel super comfortable. Do you really let their kids be kids? Do you create an album after the session? So think about what sets you apart, because you're going to need that when you do your prompts. And the photos. Okay, so I built this for the free version of Claude AI. So all you have to do is set up an account, but you don't have to put in your credit card. And as a result of it being free, it just kind of limits the size of uploads you can put in at a time in a day. And so with the 8 photos, you are going to want to compress those in Lightroom. And I tell you all of that in the prompt. So you're just going to want to export them as small JPEGs so that there's not, they're not 15 meg each. So that is what you need before you start. You don't need it before you start, but I suggest you do spend a little time thinking about those before you start. Let's see, how are we? So how it works. So all you're going to do is, and this is the demo part of the video, I am going to show you exactly how it works. You open the guide. In the guide, it lays all the information out that I'm telling you now. And then there's 4 prompts. Boom, boom, boom. You simply copy it from the guide and paste it into the chat. When you see these brackets, that means it's your info to fill in. So it'll say like, my name is Katie Soika. I am a photographer. The name of my business is Elevate Brand Photography. I am based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So you obviously fill in anything before the brackets. That's all you have to do. There's 4 total prompts. The first 3, you're filling some information in, and the final prompt is just a build prompt. And so I'm going to show you really quickly what this looks like. So I have gone ahead and opened up the Profitable Portfolio Brand Shoot Edition. So the first is just instructions telling you what you'll create, what you'll need before you shoot, some tips. I talked about the compression. One more thing is you'll see there's a featured photo at the top. So you're going to want to think about, it will choose one if you don't, but you want to think about what you want that hero shot to be, a really strong one. It can be horizontal or portrait. It'll build it either way. And then also there's one spot where it's a vertical shot and it talks about the photographer. So you could use a bio picture there, or you can use any shot from your session that's a vertical shot. So I just put shots from my session in, but if you're a newborn photographer, you might want to put a picture of you because you're telling a new mother, who's going to hold that baby. And so it's kind of a trust issue. They might want to see you. For me, I don't think it's as big of a deal if I just use session photos. So here is your step-by-step prompt guide. So I told you there's prompts. Here's prompt 1. All you do is copy and paste. Don't have my mouse because I'm using my little camera. So I copied the prompt, and then you go into Claude AI. So all you have to do is start a new chat and add your photos with this plus. Add files or photos. I'm going to grab them. So here I have 8 photos, and maybe I'll say the first one I want to be in the prompt. You'll see what happens. Now I paste in the prompt. And now you see these are where all of the brackets are where I will put this in. I have shared with you 8 photos from a recent session with Kayla Locker, and her industry is easy wear jewelry. You don't need to worry about capitalization, punctuation, anything. So all the places you see here, you're going to put your information. And here you see where it says blank is my hero cover shot, blank is my portrait. So if I want my cover shot to be this one, I know that that is image number 1. So I will say number 1 is my, and I'm not going to fill all this out. I'm just kind of going to tell you what you do. So you simply go through, you put in your information, and then you hit this arrow. And what it gets you is, I'm going to switch over to a chat now that was one of my tests. So samples. So this is what it looks like when you hit that final 4th one. You will get a PDF, 2-page like this. So here's the hero shot. It puts your information in. It's about the photographer, the things about you. You're putting in a quote. It makes a beautiful overlay over a photo. And then information about the session. It's going to give you a photo grid with 1 photo on the left and then a square of 4 on the right. And then it pulls out those 4 differentiators that I talked about. Galleries delivered in a week, optional B-roll, strategy first, ongoing marketing support, kind of the things that I told you about what sets me apart. And then it has your footer with all of your information. And the really, really cool thing, you guys, is each of these looks, I'm going to pull up another one. Each of these is like, it's going to take design liberties. You just put in your little bullet points and it's going to flush it out into really nice information. And of course, you can make any changes, but it's just like, I mean, look how gorgeous these are. Are these so not gorgeous? Not so gorgeous. Okay, so let me go back to my slides here. Maybe I'll just show you one more. Here's a food and bev. Boom, 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 boom. So when you do get it, you can use it right away. You save it and then you turn it into a PDF. You can attach your PDF. You can also pull it into Canva. So I have a slide on that, but I just do want to show you something. I don't know what it's showing you. Okay, so here is what it says. It says, here's your portfolio ready. And I might open it and then I might say, okay, so this is one of the tests. Now, this isn't a final one, so I must have changed something. I might say, so maybe I think this, I'm just going to show you how you can continue this conversation. Maybe I think this photo is too cropped and I want to change it. So I might say, can you please swap out the 2 top photos in the photo grid on page 2. Yes. It's just asking me, you want these 2 swapped? And it's going to spit it out for me. So this is to show you that what it delivers from the guide I give you and from the 4 prompts doesn't need to be the end all be all. You take that and you can run with it. Thinking, 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 working, working, working. I'm going to pause while it works. Oh, images. Okay. It's telling me something. Done. The bouquet close-up now appears, and see, here we have. Gee, let's go look at it. I'm just going to make it bigger. Now here we have the swap that it made. So you can see, you can keep talking to it, and maybe I want this to be white instead of a light gray. Maybe I'll say, can you make the footer medium gray instead of black? Maybe that's more your brand colors. So you can design it in here, or you can save it as a PDF and pull it into Canva and make all of your changes there. Maybe you're very specific about your fonts and your colors, and you can absolutely pull it into Canva. But it was my goal to make it so you can use it right from here. Let me just show you what it looks like. Having trouble moving this. Go, there it is. Okay, see, the bottom has changed. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my slide and just make sure I covered everything. So there's 4 prompts. The last one builds it. From there, you can, here's what it does. It creates a 2-page HTML. It seamlessly combines photos, your branding, and what sets you apart. That's why it's a marketing piece for your business. You have options. You can keep designing it, make swaps. You can pull it into Canva, or you can download it and start using it right away. How do you use it? I'm so glad you asked. Maybe you're just starting out. Maybe you can't invest in a website yet. Maybe your website is out of date. Maybe it's all over the place. Maybe you are adding a new offer. You want to start adding brand shoots. You've done a cool brand shoot. You want to start promoting it, but it's not really on your website. You can use these. You can advertise mini sessions. This is more on the portrait side. I know a photographer that does these amazing Santa sessions every, I think like in July, I don't know, the sign up goes out in July and then she's booked all through November. So I could see her making a portfolio for that specific session. And then I get a lot of times somebody saying, okay, well, I'm looking for somebody that'll, shoot 4 of my salon locations. Can you show me a sample of your work? So instead of going through and pulling all of this stuff into a separate portfolio, I used to create them in my shoot proof. I used to make a shoot proof gallery and send it to all of these client requests. And that was so much work. I also, it's not very professional to just attach photos to an email or using Dropbox. That's not on brand. And so this is perfect for those where you need to show a sample of your work. And then also, if you're building your business, go after those dream clients. Identify 5 businesses that you really want to work with. Maybe you want to work with only interior designers. Maybe you want to do more food and bev. Create a strong portfolio and use it to market yourself. The sky is really the limit. This is my serious photo because my goal for you is to shoot less and earn more. That is my goal for the photographers I work with. That's how I want to help you. And so just reach out if I can help you. Hopefully the prompts really allow you to dig into the why of your business and what makes you special and unique, and turn it into a document that is client focused, because they don't really care, about why you're passionate. They care, how is she going to help me? And so that's what this does. It pulls your beautiful photos with the story of you and why you're unique into how you actually help them. So if you need any help doing that, I am here. My contact information is here. Please share with me what you create. Happy building. And thank you, and bye, and have a wonderful day.